Hey, wait. There we go. I think people's phones are logging them out. Okay, we have 5 players. I just need 2 more to get everybody in here. Yeah, Jade, we're starting out with a coronavirus themed Kahoot. We're gonna play it for this is gonna take 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get started on today's stuff. This is my way of incorporating
coronavirus. It is real. It is real.
Ooh, should I do a Kahoot every Thursday and have that be a news quiz? Just kidding.
Yes. It's gonna be news Kahoot. No, thank you. I
would keep this stuff really easy.
I say if we do a Disney one, then we could use that as a news quiz.
I'll think about it. Jade, are you able to get into Kahoot, or are you having tech issues? Okay, great. Okay, we should be getting started in just a few minutes. This is just a way to help encourage some seminar team bonding, as you guys are doing a whole extra AP class compared to the rest of your peers, and I know that that's very stressful, but I'm really impressed with how you guys are handling that, especially under current circumstances. And there we go. Let me get this started. I need to minimize us. And here we go. Are we an expert at social distancing? Oh. Can you guys hear it? Or see it?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta watch it through yours.
Okay. Okay, so did you know, I'm gonna read their fast facts and then we'll enter it. Okay, did you know that adults 65 or older and those with underlying medical conditions like lung disease, diabetes, heart disease, or weakened immune systems are at a higher risk of getting very sick from coronavirus?
Common sense.
True or false? Ooh.
False.
Don't
False.
give the answer. You're not.
I say, shush up.
Yes, people without symptoms can spread the coronavirus.
I already don't like this game. I'm losing.
This is hard to do on a phone.
Okay, people are thought to be most contagious when they are most symptomatic, so the sickest, but some spread might be possible before people show symptoms, which can take up to 14 days following infection. Blank separates and restricts the movement of people who were exposed to a contagious disease to see if they become sick. Oh.
What does closing country borders have to do with? Is this immigration or COVID-19?
What is this? It's just to see if you know the answer or not. You're just supposed to guess.
Oh man.
I want to.
I'm one of those that got that wrong.
Yeah, Ari, do you
I hate the. What?
Is that say years and days? What is this?
Yeah, what?
Can we skip this one?
I don't know what this is, but I answered it. Oh, I get it. This is a dumb question. But now that I said it, it's fine.
So can you say it?
It's 14 days. So I just don't know why they split it up the way that they did.
Dang it, I just thought that.
Wait, I shouldn't have said anything. Otherwise, I could have gotten the back.
Ariana, you cheating at this point. I don't even want to play.
All right, asking for answers.
How do I press enter?
You have to press the little circle face at the bottom.
This is cheating. I don't want to play no more. I want to log out.
Turn off my phone real
Okay,
quick.
come on, you guys. I know you got this.
I don't think I know how to spell it.
Ariana, no.
So far, I'm failing. So I don't think we should make
It was still red when I put it in. Does that mean anything?
This is my first one I got right. Here.
Yay!
Yeah, I
At
know I
least somewhere.
Okay, according to the CDC, blank is the minimum recommended. Oh. I saw this meme today that said, I really like having 6 feet between myself and everybody else. Can we keep this after COVID is over? And I was like, yes, please. True or false? Oh my gosh. That was me. I wanted to get myself off of the leaderboard.
do that one more time.
Yes, I'll come in last. Okay, what?
Are staying home in quarantine and practicing social distance the same thing?
Exactly.
Okay, so social distancing. No, there's a difference. So social distancing is like what I've been doing, where I only go outside of my apartment for like 30 minutes a day and I wear a mask and I make sure that I have physical separation between myself and my neighbors when I go on walks, and only going to the grocery store like once, whenever I absolutely have to, and having a mask when I do it. Quarantine is like you do not leave your apartment ever because you are sick.
Oh, I picked the wrong thing then. Yeah.
But either is correct according to this. Based on this Kahoot, I will likely oh no.
These do not count for points. Those are just polls.
At this point.
Oh my. Oh. Now I got it.
Which one is it?
It's
Don't be telling her. Don't be telling her. That's mad clear. Like mad clear. It's right there. It's
So
literally spelling it out.
obvious.
Oh, silly me.
You don't know.
Why you got it out like this?
Wow, I'm dumb. I got it wrong.
I'm
Rambling.
slow. How you spell it?
Yeah, you're really slow.
How you spell it? It's
There's
Who
no
hasn't
B
finished?
at by the way.
Snapchat. How you spell it?
Okay, there we go.
I always forget how annoying the Kahoot music is. Okay, let's see. Who is the social distancing COVID experts?
Erica. Who got that thing wrong? Who spelled coronavirus?
Messiah.
Isis should not be on top. I used to be outside.
How she got
Not me.
11 out of?
Awesome. Okay.
They telling me you're in the top 5. That's not impressive with only 7 people.
Okay, awesome. That was so that's just something that we're gonna do in whatever I can get data whenever I run a Kahoot. So I might would this be like a more engaging way to do news quizzes and to break up the week?
For sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Wouldn't your be graded on like your top, like where you were, or if you attempted and tried?
No, that's the thing, is it would depend on the types of questions. Like if you guys got social distancing wrong, I would be like, guys, what are you doing? But no, it'll depend on the questions. I need to think that over. I'm just more checking to see if if it would be graded, it would have to be a mixture of you guys know the quote unquote content versus you are trying, because I wouldn't want to give you guys something that's just gonna hurt your grade. That's not my goal in this class. But I'm looking at this more as just a way to help kind of break up and have like something that's maybe a little bit more engaging and a little more fun. Thank you, Jade.
You're welcome.
I do have good eyebrows, actually. Oh no. Anyways, this is just more of me trying to see like was this like a nice positive way to start today's class before we get back into these papers that you guys have been stuck with for so long, is more of what I'm trying to gauge. Okay, awesome. So thank you guys for engaging with that and doing something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and switch us over into the real content and get us started. So let me share my screen. Okay, so so what I'm doing right now is specifically focusing on what we are going to be doing today, tomorrow, and Friday, in terms of the types of revisions that you're going to be doing. Okay, so you guys are going to be in 2 groups. This is what I'm like recommending or requiring, but you guys can make these decisions yourself. At the beginning of quarter 4, I gave you guys the opportunity as like early extra credit, where if you guys chose to make your individual multimedia presentation, which is no longer required for College Board, but is still a very useful tool to reevaluate your papers and see things differently, I created that opportunity as extra credit at the beginning of the quarter. Because based off of IA results and different things of that nature, if you got higher than a 75% on the IA, and by 75%, I mean raw score 75%. So the grade that you got on, that's supposed to be 70, not 75, sorry. So if you got greater than a 70% on your IA in terms of your raw score, you are going to have today and tomorrow to work on your script for your presentation, and Friday the slides. And then you are going to do a practice presentation for us next week. I haven't decided where this extra credit is going to go, but I can promise and guarantee that it will go towards either a quiz grade or a test grade. So this isn't going to take up, unless you would rather it be homework or classwork, but that's up to you. But I want it to be weighted more. So if you got higher than a 70% on the IA, you can use the next 3 days in class to work on those presentations and be prepared to present them for us next week and get that type of feedback. If you got less than 70% on the IA, I'm going to ask that for the rest of this week, you focus specifically on the rows that I have listed there from the rubric that you turned in yesterday, and focus your revisions. So like, today, focus on rows 1 through 3 of the rubric and in making those revisions in your IWA. Then Thursday, you can do that. If you got less than a 70% on the IA, you still have this opportunity to do this extra credit. I'm just requesting that you don't use class time to do that, because the revisions on your paper are more important. So for example, Ariana, I saw that you raised your hand. I just want to give you a second. Ariana reached out to me yesterday and basically wanted to talk through her options. And unless she changed her mind, she is saying, even though I have the opportunity to work on my presentation for the rest of the week, I would rather do my revisions and do the presentation on my own time. And that is something that you are completely open to doing. It's just, it is whatever you think is going to be the best for you and improving both your grade and your paper. I'm creating this opportunity specifically for people that are already getting these high scores on their IWA, because I'm specifically creating this opportunity for those of you guys that did super well on your IA as a way to approach your paper from a different way, utilizing class time. That's why I'm shifting it like this. So let me go and stop my share. These slides are available for you on in the assignment listed. Questions?
Okay, so just to clarify, even if you did score, because I have a 95 on the thingy, you can still revise your IWA, or?
Sorry, yes, you can still, so yes, you can still revise your IWA for the next 3 days if you choose to, and then you can use your own personal time to create the presentations. Your presentation wouldn't be due next week unless you get started on it today.
Right.
Like, Ariana, if you wanted to take the next couple weeks to do revisions and then decided, yes, you wanted to do a presentation and do your revisions, you could, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. You could take the next couple weeks to do revisions and then take like the beginning of May to make your presentation, and you could do it for us like May 10th, if that makes sense. It's based off of what works for you, because like the IWA is what is being graded by College Board, not this presentation.
Okay, so the presentation is just extra credit and stuff, but it's for the, okay.
Yes. Desire.
No, that cleared it up. I just had the question about whether the presentation was going to be required like later on or not. So yeah.
Nyasia.
So, how would you be grading what we done in class like throughout the week? Are you doing it like, are you gonna look at, if we choose to do the presentation, the progress on the script, and if we chose to edit and do revisions, are you gonna look at like the timestamp to see if we did anything?
Yeah, so if you're doing revisions, I'll be looking at the timestamp to make sure, and as I've been doing the last couple of days, I'll be on your paper with you, making sure that you're doing revisions during the class period provided. And then if you choose to do the presentation, I'm gonna be looking to make sure you're making progress on the script. My suggested time period is today and tomorrow you make your script, Friday you make your slides. And then for me, it's gonna be, the rest of this week is going to be based off of kind of a mixture of effort and completion. Like, I'm going to be looking through and making sure that you are making effort on your revisions. And as long as I can see that you're consistently revising during the class period, you get a 100%. If I see that you're making a slide presentation for that day, if I see that you're working on your script for that day and I see that you've done quite a bit of it, you're going to get a 100% for that class participation. And then the extra credit will come later. Any other questions?
So today we're just working on like revisions.
Mhm.
So we're focusing on those same like rows that you said in the slide.
Yes, so today I'm suggesting that you guys work on rows 1 through 3.
Okay.
And this is also where sorry, my cats are doing something weird. So this is going to be based off of your own assessment of your IA or IWA, because that's why I had you guys do the breakdown of the rubric yesterday to figure out where you thought most of your time should be dedicated. So if you're really confident about rows 1 through 3, you can just do like a quick touch of revisions and then move on to 4 and 5. Or tomorrow, if you're like, no, I think rows 4 and 5, I'm completely fine, you can bounce around and do it based off of your own decisions or where you think you need the most help. Great, I think that's it for questions. So I'm now going to, we're staying on Zoom, so you guys are you guys are going to keep Zoom up while you're working. I'm going to start pulling up your guys' papers. If you can just do me a favor, and if you're going to if you are choosing to work on a presentation today, tomorrow, and Friday, if you can just message me in the chat so that way I know who's making what decision. So only message me if you're choosing to make a presentation. Great. I'm going to put myself on mute and get all that stuff pulled up, and I'll start sending one-on-one messages to see how everybody's doing. Sorry, just to clarify, I just realized something. There is a reflection sheet. Sorry, one thing. There is a reflection sheet on today's assignment. At 1:40, I'm going to have us transition to that and have everybody write into that and submit it. So that way I can make sure everybody has that turned in by 1:50 and seminar is done for the day. So at 1:40, we're going to switch to that and reflect on what we did today and what we're going to do tomorrow. But there's nothing in the class assignment today that you need right away. Again, like I just said, go ahead and make sure you are finishing up whatever your revisions are. Make sure you're leaving yourself in a really good place to get started urgently tomorrow. Once you complete the reflection sheet, which is in your assignment on Google Classroom, once you complete that and submit that, message me on here, similar to what we did in APUSH. And once everything is completed, you are welcome to enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And join us for advisory at 2 o'clock.